time coming. They ain't come from my cloth, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't come from my cloth, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, who don't play, 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 play. Who don't play, 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 play. Who don't play, 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 play. Who don't play, play. Who don't? Long time coming, black on the bottom of my feet from running. Cataracts on my eyes from hustling. Going from buying and selling to customers. Run up the business, God is my witness. Turn up the sun up from Monday to Sunday. We maxing the limits. My mind running like Tom Cruise on an action movie. Moving a mission, they say that I'm tripping. I've been told I need a vacation. I'm finessing a visit. First class, my feet up high in the air on business. Yeah.
Yo, that's right. Back on business.
Yes.
What's happening, man? Welcome to TSR Live. I'm one of your hosts, Tone Capone. Of course, we are going to talk about the trending topics. You know, all the stuff that you forgot to comment on the Shade Room. You was like, I'm scared to jump in the comments. Jump in our chat, man, and holler at us.
Yep, Roomies, you know the show is all about you, and it's Kiki. I'm ready to get into all the tea because we got a lot to discuss this week. So send the link out to somebody. Let them know we live, honey, and it's a lot to discuss.
Yes, and I am your third host, Zach Bug, and I'm going to tell you, we've got everybody popping in tonight, your favorite artists, reality stars, content creators. You never know who's going to pull up to TSR Live. Let's get it.
You damn right about that. Let's do it. Roomies, you ready? Let's jump to this, man. Sad stuff. This one hit everybody's timeline, and everybody looked at their phone like, what in the heck is going on? Tonight's show is dedicated to the life and legacy of Irv Gotti.
Absolutely.
Irv Gotti was a father, a DJ, and a music producer, best known for co-founding the Murder Inc. record label that helped launch the careers we all know, Ja Rule and singer Shanti, and so many more. Now, he produced songs for artists like DMX, Jay-Z, Kanye West, and many others. Now, Irv was just 54 years old.
Yeah. And you know how much I love Murder Inc. and
Absolutely.
how impactful Irv's personality, his career was on the hip hop culture as a whole. And Tone, you and I got a chance to chop it up and meet Irv out at the BET Awards, and it was just one of the memories that I'll never forget.
Yeah. It just one of my, I said it in my post on Instagram, one of my favorite people to interview, always had the great energy. It didn't matter where you saw him out. Hey. He was one of those people that made you feel like he was your best friend all the time.
Yes.
My fondest memory of Irv, I remember when I was working in Nashville, I interviewed Irv Gotti, and we sat in the studio for like an hour and a half, chopping it up after the interview. And to be honest, man, he was really, you know how we have this artist first movement, like not with the record labels making all the money. You know what I'm saying? Irv was on that, one of the first on that. I remember he was promoting his own platform that was giving the artists more control and more music, more power over their music and making more money off their music. I remember Irv being one of the pioneers of that, man. So he's always been just a person that pushed the culture forward and was always thinking about others, man. So shout out to Irv.
Yeah, no doubt. Kiki, now this is this thing that we about to show, right? Kiki. Now I took Kiki to the BET Awards first, and she saw Irv Gotti and went crazy.
Right. It was so many stars in a room, as you know, at the BET Awards. It was a room full of different celebrities. But for some reason, when I saw Irv Gotti, I lost my mind. And it's not even just for some reason. It's because I always wanted to be signed to Murder Inc. No, I don't rap. No, I don't sing. But for something, it was just like, I want to be with him. Like, I want to hang around Irv. And so the moment that I got a chance to see him in person and meet him,
You lost it.
Let's just take a look. But let me just say this on camera. Thank you for making my childhood great, man. Murder Inc.
Yo,
legendary.
Did you see what she just said?
The GOATs.
This is why, a large reason of why Murder Inc. will be going on tour.
Yes, we need that tour.
Because so many people come up to me and they say, you know, my high school years and everything like that. And me and Ja and Ashanti and the whole Murder Inc. Lloyd, we're going to come out and we're going to put on a show and tell a story like you have never seen.
Man, I love you. Thank you for everything you do for the culture. Uncle Irv in the building.
Oh my God, man. That was a beautiful moment. It was so funny. Kiki like jumped up. We were done with the interview and she just like jumped up. It was like, and put a camera and had to give Irv a flowers.
I love that you got a chance to give him his flowers, and I love your braces.
Well, thank you. I need some more braces at this
good.
point.
You
That
did
was a
good.
while
That
ago.
was a while ago.
But yeah, man, Irv was one of one, and I think just from you can see from that video, he truly loved what he brought to Murder Inc. and the artists that he helped put on. And I hate that he didn't get to live out that dream of making that tour happen. But I think now there's a chance now that can still happen, and we can do it up for Irv. So Ashanti, Ja Rule, Lloyd, y'all heard him call y'all name in that video, and maybe we can make that Murder Inc. reunion tour happen.
Yeah, definitely need to do that. Definitely. Or just one show. Just everybody come support, whatever we can figure it out.
Yep.
But later in the show, good things are happening. That's right. Michael J. Payton, the showrunner and executive producer of Irv Gotti's The Murder Inc. story documentary, he's going to join us later to discuss how it was working with Irv and, of course, his legacy and the contributions to hip-hop and the culture.
With no beard.
No,
That's a throwback video.
Yeah, that's a throwback. No beard, Tony, man. Talking to him, man. It was, and the crazy thing is, if you guys, you can't really see it.
Your neck's small too.
Yeah, I got a small neck.
Yeah.
He was hungry back then. He getting a lot of money now.
Neck was small.
But the crazy thing is when Irv came around, like the table got hot.
Yeah.
Like everybody, so other stars, other celebrities, everybody just started coming because Irv just brought that type of energy, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I love that, man. All right, y'all, let's jump into some world news. Now, an American woman who flew to Pakistan to meet her teenage online lover has been catfished. And now she's refusing to leave the country and is demanding money from the government. Look at this.
Please come here. Come. Please sit down. Be quiet. I'm not sitting down. My plan is to reconstruct this whole country, okay? I'm asking for 100K or more. I need 20K by this week, okay? In my pockets, in cash, okay? That's a demand to the government. The government is gonna fix up these buildings, fix up the streets, and clean up these streets. It's ridiculous out here. I do not like it, okay? Lock him up. Right now? Right now, I'm going to mind my fucking business. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Clear the way. Okay.
Who is she?
God,
I don't know, but I like the way she talks. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start just demanding stuff in my life, kind of like that.
Who put
Cut
out
off
a
my
microphone?
eyebrows.
Man, look, when women have drawn on eyebrows, they always spicy.
Not too much. Not too much.
The
okay?
skinny ones.
Oh yeah, the skinny ones. Yeah,
the skinny ones is
cut you.
crazy.
They will cut
Skinny
you.
ones.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, I wasn't. Your eyebrows are great.
Thank you.
They kind of look like little parentheses.
You know.
You just do them real
Air
quick.
quotes.
There's air quotes.
A
And you
little
just throw
comma.
them on. Like, yeah. Little comma eyebrows.
Well,
we got somebody, man. Join us now to tell us about this story and break it all down. Is Bilal Hassan.
Hello, hi there. Hi, how are
Hey.
you? Hi.
What's going on, brother? How are you?
What's up, man?
It's a bit crazy over here, so we're trying to keep track of the story.
Okay. Now, Bilal, tell us what is going on in Pakistan?
So basically, this lady, she's been in Pakistan since October, but the story broke like 4 or 5 days back. So like a lot has been happening all this time while she's been here. When the story broke on TikTok, I was seeing that people were equally as confused as us. But I was like, I speak the language over here. And what people were saying initially was that the guy in the beard, Mr. Chipa, was being mean to her. I was like, no, he's not being mean to her. It's his press conference. He was just trying to help her. She was like, nah, I'll take care of this. She took it, and and the press conference became all about her all of a sudden. And that's where like everyone just now has her attention all of a sudden. She's the queen here. She's running the show.
that is crazy. Now you say she's
Yeah.
been there since October. How long has she really been there?
Oh, apparently since October, and like the news only broke out because her visa actually expired, and apparently like her lover or like whoever she was catfishing went or left her at the airport. Her visa expired, and then the governor stepped in. He gave her a humanitarian visa. And she's like, I don't want to leave. And then he gave it, and now she's here till the 11th of February, I believe. That's when her visa expires. She's not
Okay.
leaving.
This is
So
crazy.
I'm confused. This is the part that I'm confused. So did she get catfished, or did
No.
she catfish somebody?
No, she catfished him. She was talking to the guy with a Nicki Minaj filter, and she was using a Nicki Minaj filter with blonde hair, and the guy. It is so
Oh my God.
insane, and she's apparently 33 years old, and the guy is 18. But I believe they were still happy. I believe they were still happy. Something happened in the end of January, and I'm trying to fill in the blanks what happened. And yeah, she catfished him. But now that she's here and like her lovers left her, there's a long line of suitors over here. It's become the Bachelorette over here. Everyone, everyone in the neighborhood wants to get married to her, and she's like, "Nah, man, I don't have time for all of y'all."
Not I need to fly to Pakistan.
Right.
They got husbands over there lined up. Oh,
And she has demands. She has demands like now like random our policewomen, the women of our city that are here to defend her. We're doing her hair, we're doing her eyebrows, whatever there is of them, and
Yeah.
yeah, and like she demanded now after my hair's done, I need a bonnet for my hair. I've never seen that bonnet in Pakistan, but they got that arranged for her. They
But like,
had it
I'm not
arranged
gonna
for her. She was like walking around the neighborhood with a bonnet on her head. I found out. I found out what a bonnet was. I was like, what is she wearing? And then people from America, women were telling, they're like, that's a bonnet. It's supposed to protect your curls. I was like, my God, in Pakistan, where did they find that?
Oh my
Now,
God.
And
now where is the 19-year-old man that she married? Where did he go?
he's in hiding because I didn't think he expected the story to blow up this much. Now this story is international. Now when I posted it on my TikTok, there's people messaging from the Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Minnesota. It is international, and he was like, "I did not expect this," and he's like in hiding, and I think his mom is like probably slapping him right now because she did not expect this to go this far, and it's
Wow.
gotten. And the government over here is telling, they're like, guy, come claim your woman, come take her, and like everyone, they're like, you should not do this, you should not have abandoned your woman. Everyone is talking to him, and now he's in hiding. He's like literally just posting TikToks out of like some random village, just like cows walking in the background.
Oh, it looks like she's
What?
in our YouTube chat. To the chat that's watching right now
She
and
needs
on
to come
Instagram.
on.
She is in our YouTube
They
chat.
say that's
Oh
her right
my
there.
God.
She said
Oh
she's
my
going
God.
to Dubai next.
She said, I'm going to Dubai.
Yeah,
she's on the road.
You are wildin', sis. Now I want to know, she's requesting money. She said she needed 20K in cash in her pocket right now. Did she get the money?
She said 20K up front, 5K each week, and she also said 100K. So the government over here, and she kept on demanding it. So and then a video resurfaced. She was counting her money like, and she was also smoking cigarette. They gave her money in Pakistani rupees, so which was like 100K Pakistani rupees, which is like $300. She's happy. She's happy with the conversion rate. She was, and to like yesterday she announced that like she has launched her own Bitcoin. I don't even know what is happening now at this
Oh my
stage.
Hey, she
God.
lit, man.
And she has like 3-4 people walking with her, and they're like, who are these people? She said, this is my team. She has a team now. She has a team.
I know that's right, girl. Yes.
Yeah, and like it's absolutely wild. And people in the community, in the apartment, like where she goes and camps every day, they love her.
Yes,
And they don't let cameramen inside. They're like, no, she's our sister. She's our sister.
So
How did she take
she
over?
is,
I
she
love
is
it.
taking over Pakistan. This
Yes.
is crazy.
Yes.
It is insane. And like yesterday, she's posting like dancing videos with people at the hospital because she needed a checkup. She was twerking with them. I was like, I don't even recognize my country anymore. I don't know what is happening.
Oh, that's right. You go over there and turn it up, black woman. What's she living
She-
in over there? Does she got like a little mansion or a little girl house? What she got going on?
She has demands. So the government over here tried to, the humanitarian, he took her and he was like, this is a hotel. You should say, like, this will be very nice for you. And she's on video. She's like, I don't like it. There's no swimming pool. There's no spa. How am I going to do my hair? How am I going to do my hair over here? And like everyone's just looking at each other. And then she's like, come. And she's like, where's the owner? I want to talk to the owner. Come here. And she knows the cameras are there. And she's like, see, the cameras are over here. This woman's being mean to me. And I was like, what is even happening? What is happening?
He's so confused.
Wow.
Bilal is so confused.
Ooh, well, sis, if you in the comments, we need you to come on the show because I need to know how to do it. Yeah.
We need her. We need answers.
We definitely do. She is lit.
But Bilal, thank you so much for joining the show. Are you planning to try to meet up with her at any point again?
I'm trying to track her down, but now she has a team. She has an entourage. She is like she's the princess, the queen. We're just living in a show.
I know that's right. Well,
that's how you turn up.
Y'all make sure she get home safe when y'all get ready to put out. Okay.
We're trying our best. We're trying to take as good care of her as possible.
Absolutely.
Right.
Love it. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh man,
that's a lot going on.
That is a lot.
I love it. A black woman just popped up and turned the whole country up. Come on. But fellas, let's get into this. Who's ready for the Super Bowl this weekend?
Yeah.
You don't even watch football.
Excuse me. I'm ready. I'm rocking my blue Dodgers hat because I'm ready for the Kendrick Lamar concert that's going to be happening at that football game. So, yes, I'm repping my LA for Kendrick. But the Big Easy is also setting up the stage for the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, who y'all got?
I got Philly.
You got Philly?
I want Philly to win, but it's hard to bet against Mahomes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we know the
She don't know what that means. She was like, okay.
No,
yeah, right.
I do know. Jalen Hurts, that's the fine man who don't really smile. And then the other team is Taylor Swift team. But anyway, we know the Roomies are waiting for Kendrick Lamar's halftime show, as I am. And Kendrick joined Ebro Darden and Nadeska Alexis for a rare interview. So he's been talking about this whole Super Bowl performance and his plans for the game. Are y'all ready?
I'm ready for the game. I'm ready for the halftime. I like it all commercials. The only thing I don't like is Super Bowl parties. I don't like to watch football is my favorite sport, and I don't want to watch the game with people that only watch one or two games the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you don't want my kind there?
No, not really your kind, because you could cook.
Okay, so I'm welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
What about you?
I like Super Bowl parties. You know what I'm saying? I like to yell at the television. I like to have people to yell at the television with me. Mm-hmm. I don't like when people who played Pop Warner in the 4th grade decide that they want to be analysts. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's cover 2. You know what I'm saying? They do too much, and I don't care to hear that. I don't want your analysis. You know what I'm saying? I would never do that. You would never do this. Okay,
right.
They're at the highest level. Stop it.
Honestly, I'm waiting for. Honestly, I like the Taylor Swift coverage. I'm gonna keep it.
Oh, really?
I like it. It's a cool story.
Okay, because a lot of men have been like Zach have been hating on Taylor Swift, and we know that she put the NFL on.
Because
wait,
she put the NFL.
She didn't even score. Like they just have her cheering.
Okay.
And we've seen her cheer 1,000 times. We get it. She's there.
But you got to see her outfits. You got to see who she making eye contact with. We got to see the whole.
I like to see who's there with her.
Yeah.
Like Caitlin Clark was there one time.
Likes that bougie stuff. See, you know what I'm saying? He like bougie.
I would love to be in
that
that press
box. I want to be in there because that's where the it's. We watching football, man.
Yeah, but I would be in there with the cool people too.
Well, Roomies, I want to know, who are you rooting for? What team are you rooting for? Are you going for the Chiefs, the Eagles, or Kendrick?
Kathy D said Tone just changed his mind. Man just said he didn't want to go to no Super Bowl party.
No, but
now he want to go to Taylor Swift.
That's a different type of Super Bowl.
See what I'm saying?
That is. You're in there with Taylor Swift. It's a business to be. You know how I am. I'm a relationship person. So once I get in, I'm gonna move and shake.
Oh, okay.
Shake some hands. You know what I mean? I'm gonna figure it out.
Networking. You're gonna try to network.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Now, are you still holding on to your dream? I know Tone has been very vocal about his dream for the halftime show. And in his dream, Kendrick Lamar will bring out Drake. Okay? Drake at the halftime show. I think this is absolutely ridiculous and never going to happen. But Tone, are you still sticking to that dream?
I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm holding on to it.
He know this.
I am gonna hold on to it. They have been playing with y'all paws the whole time, and they are getting ready to have one of the biggest moments in history. It's gonna be an apology, handshakes. Everybody gonna go their separate. Drake's coming out.
Keep on dreaming, baby. But
now,
shout out to Miss
if it happens, I want my credit.
It's not happening.
It's not happening.
You know, some of your theories I kind of ride with sometimes just to make you feel good, but this one I can't even do that. It's just too out of the box. But
okay. All right.
All right, let's move into this, man. ASAP Rocky's trial is in full swing. Okay, Rihanna has showed up to support her man, and the man who was allegedly shot by ASAP is being accused of snitching. Y'all check this out.
Hey, really? Some people call you a snitch. What you say about that?
Snitch.
Any comment on that?
Would you be a snitch if somebody shot at you?
Nah, I don't never snitch.
You never snitch, so somebody shoot at you?
I've been shot out. I got a bullet in my leg right now.
I mean, that's you. Where you at now, though?
And I didn't snitch.
Where you at now, though?
I didn't snitch, though.
Hey, look where you at.
Oh, man.
He lying. I ain't got a bullet in my leg. Cap.
I don't think that man lying about being shot.
Cap.
Let me ask you this: Is it ever okay to snitch?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling. Don't do nothing around me that might get me. If they tell me I got some jail time coming, I'm telling. I'm telling on everybody that was there what they had on, what they ate last. I'm telling everything. And if you shoot me, I'm definitely telling. Because like this is the same thing y'all tried to do with Megan Thee Stallion. Like she wasn't supposed to speak up. He shot me. You shot me. I'm telling. Absolutely.
How do you get? This is where the culture has flipped on its head. Y'all sound goofy. Like somebody gets shot. You mad at them for telling?
Right.
Like, I get it if y'all both committing crimes together. That's what I think snitching is. Like, so if we doing dirt together, and then I get caught and I tell on you, that's snitching. But if you shoot me.
Yeah, I don't trust y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm telling.
I don't trust y'all at all. I don't trust y'all at all. I'm never doing anything with y'all because I know that y'all gonna tell. And it's snitching. Snitching is only not. Listen, only way it's okay to snitch is if you ain't had nothing to do with it. Okay, if we getting ready to fight and you pull up and that is that's what comes out of the fight. You didn't get hit and I shot at you. Then that is what it is. You came for that action. Y'all trying to choose how somebody gonna react to you. If you're sitting somewhere and you get robbed and you just an innocent bystander going in your car, absolutely, that's not snitching if you tell on that person. But if you got beef with somebody and you texting somebody hard stuff and you acting like you gangster and they do some gangster stuff to you, you brought that on. You should not be snitching.
I thought we was gonna fist fight.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, you can't.
You didn't shot me.
You got to know that that's an option when you challenge somebody.
I argue real good.
If we standing in front of each other, eye to eye, nose to nose, and we brawl, I can't be like, oh man, this is assault. Y'all pulling a Drake.
No. Zach.
Y'all pulling a Drake.
Zach, I don't know how you've gotten this good over the years of moving the goalposts, but you are fantastic at it.
Thank you.
What it look like? You just went from fist fight to this. Man, look, if you fight somebody head up, yes, head up, and you call assault, that's bogus. But if we getting ready to fight and you pull out a gun, I'm telling on you. I thought we was getting ready to fight hands in hand.
That is not how. I guess you like to get all your rules and regulations before you fight. Nobody's like, oh, today we are going to fight. We are only going to use fists, and I'm going to use the right. That doesn't happen. You are in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're in battle. It's no such thing as a fair fight. Things happen within fights, and you got to come with that. So if you bring in that type of energy when it happens to you, you can't sit up there and snitch, especially if you ain't even get hit.
You from Gary.
Yeah.
You from Gary.
Yes,
from Gary.
Shout out to y'all, man.
Bang, bang.
Shout out.
Bang, bang.
Shout out Michael Jackson.
Absolutely, man.
Freddie Gibbs got beat up, didn't say nothing. But
it was on videotape. We all saw what happened.
I know, but he ain't say nothing. Because he real. He took his lump and kept going.
That's true. That's true.
Do all that snitching.
He assaulted me.
Tone with a talk.
All right, speaking of snitching, it looks like 50 Cent has put a pause on Diddy and set his attention on Big Meech. Now, the TV mogul took to social media and basically called Big Meech a rat while promoting a new tell-all documentary. Take a look at this post 50 put up there, man. This is, come on, Fifth.
Ooh.
Now, many believe 50's post is in response to a previous post from Rick Ross where he was promoting a welcome home concert to Big Meech. This didn't make sense to me at all because in my mind, I think that Rick Ross maybe knew Big Meech beforehand, but all in all, it all looks like Rick Ross has responded to 50 with this. Now, you guys get a chance to check this out, man. This is...
You took a picture with Rick Ross. You like, you can put your back against the wall and just slide down.
Oh my God.
That big boy funny as hell. I don't care what nobody says. All right, man. Well, like everybody knows, Meech was convicted of several counts of criminal conspiracy and money laundering in the 2000s. He was released from prison late last year. We know about that. But this is what everybody's wondering after this thing broke. Is this it for the BMF TV show? Were y'all even locked into the show? I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the first 2 seasons were really good. The third one got iffy. If you want to be honest, they started adding anybody and everybody.
Yeah,
and it got weird in the third season. So it was at its end. You know how you know it's time for something to leave something alone. Mm-hmm. It was getting to that point. So I think this is a more of a natural stopping point as well. I hate that the explosion had to happen, but I didn't think we were gonna get to 5 or 6 with BMF. After season 3, I was like, okay, third season was rough. The first 2 seasons I was locked in.
Yeah. I hate to see how Lil Meech text messages between him and 50 were put on display. That made me kind of sad because I'm like, damn, he did not intend for that to happen. But I think one thing we all know about 50 Cent at this point in all of our lives is that don't play with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not to be played with. You know, a lot of us just don't have it all. And 50 just not gonna play with you. And I think when you cross him in any kind of way, you could go to the restaurant that 50 Cent don't like. He is going to curse you out and put you on blast. So, baby, I think taking that picture with Rick Ross, you should have known what was gonna come behind that.
No, that I said this before, guys, man. And I'm a Fifth fan. I follow him, man. But this one's kind of weak, man. Like he just took a picture with Rick Ross.
No, he's doing
took a video, a welcome home concert. That's nothing. He has to re-up. Big Meech been locked up the whole time for 20 years, bro. He got to re-up. It's not a dollar that Big Meech shouldn't go get.
You're not finna be hanging off my enemy shoulder like that.
You see how he's
all like I didn't put your son on in position. I'm over here telling your life story. I've made you relevant. I've made you hot for this generation. And then the first thing you do is soon as my enemy give you a few dollars, you running over there. That's not cool. You just running to the money
first.
What you mean?
Rick Ross I think Rick Ross man gave Big Meech a few dollars before. Remember, he had a hit record off his name. I think they figured out a resolution to that because he had to pay.
My thing was this is like Rick Ross worried about the wrong drug lord. Don't worry about Meech, Big Meech. You need to be worried about Rick Ross. Why Rick Ross ain't never with Rick Ross? That's what we need to do. He over there take care of it. You done took that man whole life.
Stop laughing.
I'm just gonna say it.
Here you go.
You took that man, Rick Ross took that man whole life. Okay? His whole likeness. Took his rap name and then lived the drug lord lifestyle that Rick Ross really actually lived and served time for. Then he got out. They went to court. I don't know who sued who, but I know the rapper Rick Ross won. And you continue to parade around with a whole nother man's name, which is weird to me because I don't want to be nobody else. But I'm just saying, bro, you with Meech. Why you not with Freeway Ricky Ross? The one that you took his whole name from. Exactly.
Okay, you got me stuck on that.
Exactly. Why he not with him? He ain't do his concert, but why he ain't throwing him no bread?
Bro, he made so what do you think about this? They made money together.
Who did?
They made money. 50 Cent and Meech. They have made money together. Lil Meech made money together. They made a lot of money. This is a disagreement amongst men. This shouldn't even got out there like that, in my opinion. Like, why we just broke bread. We really broke bread, literally and figuratively broke bread. And now, because I took a video, now you just went all the way left on me. You can at least tell me, hey man, don't do that no more, bro. Like, I ain't like that. Let's move a little different. You get one strike and you out of there?
When has 50 ever been the type to be like, you know what, man, I didn't like that, man. And you know what, guys, it just doesn't work. You know 50 don't play. He don't play with nobody. Never has. Okay.
Fair.
You good on that side, you stay on that side with 50. I promise you. I promise. I wouldn't even listen to another artist around 50 Cent.
Shout out to the Roomies. They saying Larry Hoover in the comments. Now hold on now.
Nah, y'all, wow, man. What is wrong with
They
you?
said Larry Hoover in the comments.
Y'all,
Is he for real?
No, he's not. These people, y'all take nothing serious.
Y'all don't take
nothing
That's
serious.
hilarious.
Man, let's keep it moving.
All right, y'all. Dr. Cayenne Bryant. Y'all got some names on y'all.
I wasn't waiting to get you.
Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is claiming people don't know how to date right because of mommy and daddy issues. Take a look.
People ain't dating right. If you date right, you marry right. Or I like this word. If you date better, you marry better. You family better. And then you raise better kids.
But how do you, like, if you ain't never dated before, how you know how to date?
And I love that you said that because that goes back to mommy and daddy issues. So we got so many women and men, I'm just going to go straight into the Black community with mommy and daddy issues, that they do not have what you just said, a representation of what that looks like. A woman is what her daddy makes her, and a man is what his mama makes him.
And I think, go ahead. I'm sorry, Dr.
No, I'm just saying, so if you have a woman in the household who has no representation of a man, but a single mom who means well, she's given everything that she knows to be the best of herself, but she's also a woman who has needs. So she's dating men. These men could be men who aren't good representation, or they could be great representation, but this young lady is seeing men come in and out the house, not sexually, just in a way of dating or trying to socialize. That also lets her know that there's no staying power.
Yeah.
So guess what? I learned as a young girl that as soon as something don't go right, pivot. I don't learn the tools of how do I stick through this. The Bible says that marriage is for disciplined people. Where's my discipline when things ain't going my way?
Good points always from Dr. Bryant. So, fellas, I want to ask you.
She just be talking.
What?
I'm going to say it.
Zach,
Go
just
ahead.
answer the question.
Answer the
Does
question.
bad parenting impact your dating life? And you've been married. You have some experience. So tell us.
Yes, I can actually say something because I've had experience. But instead, we listen to somebody who ain't dating, married, or raising kids.
So what is that? That disqualifies her life experiences.
Yeah.
I can watch you and figure out what not to do.
If
I can watch you.
You can't tell me I'm marrying wrong or raising kids wrong if you've never done it. I don't.
But I can look at you and say you made a bad decision. Let me not go down that same path. Just because I haven't experienced something doesn't mean I shouldn't have an opinion, or I'm not allowed to have an opinion.
You can have an opinion about it. It's just like when sports people, where they talk about sports and then after the game, they tell you about all the players and what they should have done. It's easy to say that after the game is played, right? But it's a different story when you actually live in it.
Okay, so share the story. It's just I don't understand why we're so mad because she's speaking about it. It's just like, is it right or wrong though? Do you agree or disagree?
That's still foreshadowing. Like after seeing it, and then you have all this knowledge and foresight. Anybody can do that.
How else do you learn in life?
No, Zach. I think you kind of missing the point. What up to Tyrese too watching?
Tyrese, yeah. Okay, I've always wanted to do that. Sorry.
Tyrese didn't appreciate that.
No, nobody.
I'm sorry.
But what she's saying basically is this: bad parenting impact your dating life.
Yes.
You come from a two-parent household. You come from a two-parent household, but majority of your life, your parents were married, and you saw love in front of your face. And what happened when you started dating? You dated and you got married. It's unfortunate it didn't work out, but a lot of people don't see that. I didn't see it, i.e., there's no ring on my finger. I didn't see it. I come from a single-parent household. I didn't see it. Luckily, I never saw my mom. I knew my mom had a boyfriend, but she never paraded different dudes in front of my face. She never, until she got married, that's when I met the boyfriend that ended up being my stepfather. I think that people just kind of very whimsical about how they date when they have kids and the impact of what they seeing in front of them. That's a true statement.
I agree with you, but at the same time, that's an excuse. I look at it as an excuse, and I'm gonna give you a different.
There's two people in here. Here's an example, Zach.
Okay, go ahead.
There's two people in here. Well, actually, three people in here, but she's off camera. There's three people in here that come from single-parent households, and not a single one of us are married. You came from a two-parent household, and you've been married.
Okay, I'm not saying that that's not true, but that's
The
still
data's there.
but that's still it's still an excuse. Do you know how many men? Hold on, let me talk to you, Tone. Do you know how many men grew up without a father, but they're amazing dads?
Yeah.
I see them countless all the time. Like my man, since you're talking about people in here, they raising hands. They never saw an example of how to be a father. But you know what they did? They were what they thought that they needed. You can still I'm not saying that not seeing love doesn't impact it, but that can also be used as a crutch and an excuse. I know countless people who didn't have their dads in their life who are.
Why are you talking about that? Why are you talking about that? We're talking about parenting and dating.
No,
parenting. We're talking. You're moving the goalpost.
Because I'm talking about parenting.
He's mad
impacting
Dr.
another
Brian
aspect of your life. And you don't use that as an excuse to be a terrible father. So why do you use it as an excuse to be a bad spouse?
Zach, the question is parenting as it equates to dating. As you don't have to have had a father in your life to be a good father. Your mama could have taught you how to love your kids. You've seen that. That's a whole nother story. What we're saying is
you could have seen your grandparents.
Your parents interact with each other, two-parent households. Almost every person that I know that came from two-parent households get married. They get it because they've seen it. They've seen it. And people that don't come from that, they know that they can be by themselves. It's a lot of stuff. The question is, bad parenting impacting your dating life.
I'm not saying it doesn't impact it, but like I said, that can be used as an excuse. Just because you have seen
the data's right here, bro.
You may not have seen
the data's right here. How you arguing with the data?
I just want to say I didn't grow up in a single parent household. It was two parents.
So
so
the data is wrong.
However,
well, it's 3 of us in here. How many single parents are in here?
However, can I answer the question, fellas?
Go ahead.
Can I answer the question?
Go ahead, Kiki.
The question is for the roomies, and I want you to answer too in the comments. Does bad parenting impact your dating life? I will agree, yes. I think a lot of us see the example of whatever we grew up in the house with. If your mother was promiscuous, if your father was promiscuous, if your mother was, God forbid, y'all grew up in a domestic violence situation. A lot of times what you experience as a child, you grow up and repeat in your own relationships. Sometimes you don't even realize that you're repeating some of those habits, but because you've grown up around it, it was normalized in your house, you may turn around and do it. Do you have to stay that way? No. Sometimes you realize this is from my childhood. This is childhood trauma. Why I'm in this relationship, why I'm giving somebody years or a lot of chances, because I saw somebody else give people years and a lot of chances. So it's a lot of things that your parents can do to you that will impact your life going forward. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to use it as an excuse, but it is true. And I think parents should be mindful of this when you are dating and you have children. When you got a lot of different women coming in and out of your house, your child picking up on that. You got a lot of different men coming up in your house, your child is picking up on that, and that can affect them later on in life. And I think that to that question and that statement, it is true.
So my question. So I agree with you 100% on everything you just said, Kiki. But like I said, what I want to say, because like I said, is at what point of your life do you be like, okay, now it's on you? Okay,
yeah, you should.
You've had it, but you've had years and countless years of dating experiences too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yes, initially when you start dating, you're going to do only what you've seen.
Yeah.
But after, like with life experiences, when things go wrong, or you know what I'm saying, and you start to see a pattern of things going wrong, usually you're going to find something, you're going to change, or you're going to be like, it's something here that needs to be changed. So what I was saying to Tone was like, how long do you use that as an excuse?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You should.
Like, is that a lifetime thing, Tom?
I think that's something that's a mental health thing. You already
you need to talk to the lady.
No, you
need to talk to the lady.
No, I'm just
that's
saying.
why you ain't married. It's all right.
I mean, things that you see become habitual, and then you end up falling into bad habits, bad patterns, and it's something that you have to learn.
Yes.
When your parents are the biggest influence on you in your life. Mm-hmm. So for somebody just to be like, okay, get it. All right, man, you know what? I'm gonna erase this and I'm gonna start moving the other way. That happens for people, but for most people, it takes something to help them change. And I do think that bad parenting or seeing healthy relationships when you are younger helps you when you're older.
It does.
And
I agree with that.
Every person that I know that has come up in a two-parent household, they end up in relationships now or getting married. Mm-hmm. if it doesn't work, fine. But I have seen that. I'm just saying.
No, I agree with that. I definitely agree with
too,
that.
fellas.
Thank God. Jesus
Dang,
Christ.
Zach,
I wave my wife's flag.
But man, if you eat cheeseburgers,
Yeah,
he's gonna bring up.
He got a beef with Dr. Brian. He tired of seeing her on these podcasts. You know how Zach get about anybody in front of a podcast mic and some slow music.
It took me off.
He gets so mad.
I get so mad.
Yeah.
It was the slow music. It was.
You hate
So
podcasts.
mad.
I Am Zoe is on our IG. Light it up. So
Shout
Roomies,
out.
light it up back with them.
Yes.
Go right back at it. Don't let her just get it off.
Let's see what some of the roomies actually have to say. Let me see. Jaja White says, yes, I have a cousin that I'm so proud of. He did not have a father. He lost his mom early, and he is an excellent husband and father. So to your point, Zach, people can come out of different situations and make better choices.
Even if they didn't have that example.
Absolutely. And sometimes not having that example makes you want to be the complete opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you grew up in a house with a parent who may battle substance abuse or, drug abuse or whatever, and that's my story. I don't do any drugs. You know what I'm saying? I don't play around with drugs. I don't like being around drugs like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it can make you crazy. Well, Zach, we still praying for you. Baby.
I hate drugs.
I don't know about that. Y'all just go look at some previous episodes, But anyway, it can make you crave the complete opposite too. So to Josh's point, but Roomies, keep weighing in on this. This is a good debate.
Ooh,
yes,
let's do it. Spicy.
All right, but let's get into this now. It looks like politics and politicians continue to wild out all across the country, and of course, Justin Carter has the scoop. Let's take a look.
He was flying high, no lie.
So distressed and disappointed.
This Georgia mayor says that he runs the blackest city in America, but he's allegedly been balling on the city's dime and going viral for it.
You took your black behind over to Africa for 20 days and didn't tell anybody.
City leaders are on his tail. Finance reports showing that he's been using his city account to book $1,000 trips to Ghana, Paris, luxury furniture for his office, and more.
That's shameful.
And enough to launch an investigation. What he's been saying about these purchases.
I do think that there is a lot of political posturing.
And why he walked out of a city council meeting last week.
Good night, Mr. Mayor.
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates.
I feel like that lady every week. Y'all just checking y'all in this little business chair.
You took your black behind.
Took your black behind.
That is too funny.
And I can tell whatever they said he did because he started scratching his head and everything. So make sure you guys be sure to check out the full story on this week's TSR Investigates with Justin Carter, of course, exclusively on the Shade Room's YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Casanat.
Okay, Casanat.
Shout out to Casanat.
He had a time at the Grammys. Did y'all see him on the Grammys red carpet?
Oh, he was acting. He had his thing going.
Yeah,
boy.
He was smiling, talking to everybody.
All right, let's move from everything else and get to the politics, man.
Come on, man. From the street politics to the government politics. This week, Democratic Congress members pulled up to the Treasury building and were denied access. Two of the lawmakers, Ayanna Pressley and Sydney Kamlager.
Y'all got some names on y'all.
Sydney Kamlager-Dove.
There you go. Thank you.
Yes.
Had this to say after being denied access. Let's take a look.
First of all, happy Black History Month, which is American history. There's a sign back there that says Doge actually means dangerous oligarchs grab everything. Well, ain't that the truth? I am so tired of these billionaire boys and their grubby little hands grabbing at everything. Hands off our bodies, hands off our data, hands off our tax refunds, hands off our social security checks, hands off our constitution, hands off our democracy, hands off. As a proud member of the Committee on Oversight, I'm here for some real-time congressional oversight. And you are a beautiful sight to see, and you prove that the power of the people has always been greater than the people in power.
Is total corruption for an unhinged, unqualified, unvetted billionaire like Elon Musk and his sycophants to come into into our treasury to try to take control of our government, to have access to our Social Security numbers, our Social Security payments, our medical benefits, all of the information that we use when we are trying to get a tax return. And you're gonna take our money? Homie, don't play that.
I know that's right. Roomies, let's welcome Congressmember Sydney Kamlager-Dove and Ayanna Pressley.
How are you?
Hey, how you doing, ladies?
Wow.
How you doing?
Powerful
family. Happy Black History Month.
Happy
Yes.
Black History Month, my sisters.
Come on.
It's American history.
It is.
right.
I know that's right.
I'm so black this month. Y'all should see me. I have black eyed peas, black pepper,
Not black pepper.
black grapes. I ain't doing nothing else. If it ain't
They don't
black,
take
I
nothing
ain't-
serious.
If it ain't black, I ain't messing with it. You hear me?
I cannot. Now, you queens were hot as fish grease out there. Please walk us through what happened when you all arrived.
Well, before that, we'd learned that Donald Trump had given the keys to the Treasury to Elon Musk. This is, a possible foreign insurgent, certainly not a citizen or lover of this country, who has always said he's wanted to be a trillionaire. And so we have given him the Treasury, which is 6 trillion of our dollars. So he and his crazy little henchmen went in, started reading all of the information in the Treasury and started to rewrite codes. And when I say information, I mean the computer systems that hold the files that dictate who gets paid, when we get paid, our Social Security number, our federal ID number, our bank accounts, our medical information, our medical benefit payments. If you're getting a contract from the federal government, if you're getting a federal loan, all of that information, including when you get your tax returns. So they have all of this at their fingertips. We showed up because we was like, yo, we want to see you look in your eyes and see what you're doing with our money. We were not able to be let in, so we took it to the streets, Chicago style.
As you should. Yes.
Yes. All right, Representative Pressley, you sit on the oversight committee, can't talk today, committee. Can you let our roomies know the purpose of the committee and why you're even there?
Yeah, well, on the Committee on Oversight and Reform, our role is one of oversight of the federal government and federal agencies to ensure that there is no corruption, that there's no abuse, that there's no fraud. So that's our job, oversight. Think about, I know one of y'all is a PK. Okay. So think about that church usher that, there's just, they sort of monitoring everything. They need to get to the bottom of everything. Or that auntie that's like, I got my eyes on you. That's the role of the Committee on Oversight and Reforms. We went there to conduct some real-time oversight in the pursuit of accountability and transparency, because Elon Musk is a private citizen. He was not elected by anybody. He's not accountable to the people. He is a greedy billionaire who's got his grubby hands on your granddaddy's Social Security check. And that is unlawful, unacceptable. It is dangerous. It's a constitutional crisis. And so that's why we went there, because we have to do everything in our power to blunt these lawless efforts by Donald Trump and his co-president, Elon Musk. And we have to do that in Congress using the power of the pen legislatively, which we have filed a bill to protect our data. We have to do that in the courts through litigation. And we have to do that peacefully in the streets, by mobilizing, by organizing, and by agitating. We have to match their energy. And that's why we were at the Treasury yesterday.
All right. Now, Representative Sydney, what is Doge? And can Elon Musk legally have access to all of our information?
Well, Doge is cap, but it's a dangerous cap. It is a fake department that Donald Trump created to allow the person who paid for him to get into the White House access to all of our money and all of our information. This is not a federal department that has been vetted, that has been has been stood up by Congress or any traditional structure. So he has basically said, hey, boo, you helped me get into office. How do I pay you back? I'm gonna create this fake ass agency where you have no clearance, you have no accountability to anybody, and you can do whatever you want. That means you can bypass Congress, you can bypass the Senate, you don't have to be confirmed, you don't have to be vetted, the clearance is still kind of up in the air, and whatever you want to do, you can do, and it will be under the auspices of efficiency and waste and getting rid of waste. Well, everyone is trying to do that. We want to have a clean and mean government running machine that looks out for everybody. But instead, he is using it to go throughout all of these departments and figure out how to get the $1 trillion that he needs so that he can say he's a trillionaire. He's also using it to look at government contracts that are being given to some of his competitors so that he can figure out how to stop that and take more money. And then he's using it because they are all connected to this notion of retribution and coming after you. So if you're saying nasty stuff on X, or if you said something nasty about Donald Trump during a campaign, or if you might have more money than him, or if you have access to a better idea than him and you're getting government contracts to help your product be more successful, he's coming after you. We know that he don't like Black people. I mean, this is an Afrikaner, this is a Nazi, white supremacist, Black person, self-hating individual who doesn't even love this country. Is it legal? No. That's why we've been going to the courts every single day, stopping this madness that he and Donald Trump are enacting on the American people.
And by the way, none of these actions are making your eggs cheaper or your housing more affordable. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Look, that part, yes. Rep. Pressley, now I know we mentioned it earlier that Americans should absolutely be concerned about their federal benefit checks, their Social Security and tax returns. What can the average American do sitting at home right now to kind of help prevent this mess that's going on?
Look, let me just acknowledge the fact that their strategy is called flood the zone. They mean to overwhelm. They mean to rob you of your agency where you feel helpless and hopeless. They mean to, just to completely overwhelm, to shock you, to awe you. Don't take that bait. And I know folks are tired. We can sleep in shifts, but folks need to remain awake because this is a constitutional crisis. It is unprecedented. This is an unprecedented power grab, the likes of something we have never experienced in our lifetime. And if you look at, every single executive action or even the actions of this weaponized Supreme Court in the last 2 years, it has been a slow march of extremism towards a resegregating of society and emboldened white supremacy. And so I'll just say for Black people, we know that when times are bad, white America gets a cold and Black folks get pneumonia. So this is not a drill. This is about our very survival. So what can folks do? Lean in, lean in locally with your mayor, your governor, your school committees, your city council, your faith-based communities. There are tons of grassroots organizations, the people that we were out there with at the Treasury the other day, moveon.org, Indivisible. Get in touch with the NAACP, Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights, the ACLU. You have your pick because they are coming for every single civil right gain, every single right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can take a nap because you're tired, but we just gonna have to sleep in shifts because what you can't do is not engage, is not participate, because that's what they want. They mean to completely overwhelm and to oppress us into inaction.
Yeah.
And to normalize this.
And to this ain't normal.
Yeah, you're exactly right about it. Representative Sidney, it seems like Donald Trump has his foot on the pedal with implementing Project 2025. Now, will Democrats even be able to stop him with the total Republican majority?
Well, we have been doing a lot. And I know folks say, what are you doing? What are you doing? We are now involved in legislating through litigating. We are taking all of these things to the courts because Donald Trump is not trying to legislate. He is not saying, I have this idea, hey, Congress, duke it out, Democrats and Republicans, and bring me a bill. He is doing everything through executive order because he is weak, old, tired, small. And so we are responding by taking it to the courts. Yes. We are responding by taking it to the courts. And we've stalled out on the debt ceiling limit. We've stalled out on birthright citizenship. We've stalled out on the funding freeze. We stalled him out, rather. We've stalled him out on all of those things. And also on this, allowing Elon Musk and his crazies to have full unfettered access to these departments. I want people to remember that Republicans are also in this too. So if you're going to call us and remind us to stay in the fight, you need to call their asses too and say, hey, what are you doing? And why are you letting these white folks walk all over you and your Constitution and your rights and snatch your Social Security number too and make you less safe? And then Black people, keep these receipts. We have got to keep all of these receipts for 2026. And don't let nobody try to tell you that, oh, he was doing it for these reasons, or he was just saying the bluster, but he's really looking out for us. No, motherfucker. Keep these receipts.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
And by the way, he's shown Congress 2025, that's my sister there, right? She's always going to come with the mic drop.
All sides.
Black women as the truth tellers, Listen, this is the season of call a thing a thing, all right? So let's just be very clear about that. We don't need to be nuanced. We don't have to couch anything. But the thing that we found with these extremist people, I won't even call it the Republican Party because it really functions much more like a cult. Is that they don't make threats, they make promises. Everything that was outlined in Project 2025, that wasn't a blueprint, that was a playbook. And you see them attempting to make good on that in real time right now. Project 2025, in my opinion, is just anti-Blackness on steroids.
Now, I want Representative Pressley, we lost affirmative action and now we lost DEI. How will these takeaways impact Black America?
Yeah, again, anti-Blackness on steroids. We have a weaponized Supreme Court, 2 decisions, affirmative action, 50 years of precedent, they rolled over, affirmative action in higher ed. Then there was another decision, the Minority Business Development Agency, that affects, minority business ability to secure access to capital. And then Roe, which had a disparate impact. The overturning of Roe had a disparate impact on Black women, given the Black maternal morbidity crisis, right? And now with the dismantling of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and if you just follow the thread, y'all, they have these, they weaponized critical race theory, CRT. They weaponized BLM, the Black Lives Matter movement, and now they're weaponizing DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. What could be so wrong about that? But why should Black folks be concerned? Let me just say this: diversity, equity, and inclusion is not only about workforce. It is, but it's not only. And by the way, many of those federal jobs that Trump and his co-president Elon Musk are coming for, those are Black jobs. So let me be clear about that. 1 in 5 federal jobs is held by a Black person. Think about diversity, equity, and inclusion and how that shows up in banking in terms of who's getting a loan for a business or for a mortgage, right? Think about that in terms of diversity, equity, and inclusion in healthcare, in your ability to access a Black doctor. So diversity, equity, and inclusion is not only about workforce, it's about procurement, accessing government contracts, your ability to get a loan from a bank, your ability to access a Black doctor, and much more. So again, this is anti-Blackness on steroids. There is an extremist march to take us back to a resegregated society. That's what this is.
And DEI also includes white women. They're the ones that benefit the most, right? Veterans, folks with disabilities, the API community, the LGBTQ community, but all of the code words that they're using, the dog whistles, pertain to Black folks. So that's how it is about resegregation.
Wow.
Nope.
Well, before we wrap up, I want to get this question to both ladies because I know you can help us here. 92% of Black women voted for Kamala Harris, and many feel that what's happening is not their problem because they voted against this madness. They got out, they did the campaigning, they did the work. But what do you say to those women in this time where they may feel just defeated?
You want to go, sister, first?
Yeah. First, I just want to say that those feelings are very real, and I will never talk any person, certainly not Black women, out of their experience. Folks are tired. It is okay to be tired. I'm sure Sojourner was tired. I'm sure Harriet was tired. I'm sure Fannie was tired. It is okay to be tired. But it is in our ancestral DNA, that of Black resiliency. But also Black women, we have been the architects of progress and change. We have been the truth tellers. We have been the table shakers. We have been the justice seekers. So that is our rightful place. And moreover, I have a 16-year-old daughter, which, by the way, y'all are making me look real fly right now that I'm on the shade room. Okay, let me just say that. But, I organized with Indigenous folks one time, and as I was leaving the reservation, the elder said to me, when you leave here, be a better ancestor than descendant. And that has never left me. Be a better ancestor than descendant. History is being written in this moment, and it will judge all of us. And when you are called to task and asked, when everything was on the line, what did you do? The only acceptable answer is everything I could.
Yes.
So
this is why I let her go first, so that I can also put the word back at you. I echo all of those things because we're tired. We're tired when we go onto this House floor in these committee hearings and you see these unqualified, mediocre white folks trying to pretend like we don't belong here. And I know Black women are feeling some kind of way. I'm going to tell folks to continue to practice radical self-care, to make sure that you are getting your mani-pedis, to make sure that you are loving up on your boo and getting all them feelings out that you want out, and then step in. And maybe Black women are not going to be the first ones through the door. Maybe we're going to sit out and let somebody else go first. That does not mean we're not coming. And that doesn't mean that we're not coming and we won't be blasting. We will be. But this is a time for everyone to figure out who is in the foxhole with you. We have assumed that folks were in the foxhole with us a lot. And we've been sadly, surprised at what's been revealed. We're still here. And so we're just waiting to see who else is going to show up with us.
Absolutely. Man. I know that's right. We got our marching orders, and thank you, ladies, for all the work that you have done and are doing to keep making sure that we keep the rights that we can keep. It's wild out here.
Thank you all for what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you.
Matters. Black futures matter. Black media matters. So we thank you.
Black truth, Black words, Black love.
Yes.
Black absolutely.
Thanks, ladies. Thanks so much for joining the show.
Thank you.
Man, I'm ready.
We have some powerful women on this show.
Yeah, man.
Woo, we got some powerful women on this show.
Come on.
What you about to do, Kiki? I feel like you about to do something.
Well, I was about to run for office.
That's true.
I've been working on that, working on my campaign. I got to get a couple things off my background, and then no, I'm just playing.
Got to get a few things expunged.
I got to pay a couple of these parking tickets, get this boot off my car in Chicago, and then I can run.
Tone been ready to march for a long time.
Oh yeah, Tone.
We always talk about the movement of the civil rights movement. Yeah, he want to march again. He can't wait. He's like, when I was with King now, we ain't play this.
Just hit him. I mean, well, not on camera. After we just had that powerful.
No, we can't. It's all back love. Okay, Roomies, Don Lemon was delayed on a plane, and he's going to try to join us in a bit. But let's go ahead and move to this. In 2022, Irv Gotti released Murder, Inc. documentary, and it was telling the story of his contributions to hip-hop and to the culture. Now, joining us now is someone who worked with Irv and executive produced the project. Roomies, welcome Michael J. Payton.
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's happening? We got to get you up on the screen. We hear you.
I hear you.
I'm on camera. I don't know where we at.
It's coming.
It's gonna pop in there, Mike.
It's gonna pop in there. You can hear me.
Yeah, we can definitely hear you.
Them people are trying, after all of that Black positivity, they're trying to mess with us.
We broke the internet. Black power. They couldn't handle
it. Elon them.
Let's get
tapped in.
Let's get Mike. While we wait to get Mike on, as we can hear you, Mike. Just give us a sec. We get working through some technical difficulties. We'll get you on. we'll talk amongst ourselves about. And Kiki, it probably is one of the biggest Murder Inc. fans I know. Kiki, the moment you saw this, give us the first feelings that popped in your mind.
It broke my heart for his family and his children. If anybody ever came within 5 feet of Irv Gotti, you knew that he loved his kids and he loved his family. He always talked about his sons and Sonny and JJ. Like, I feel like I know the family members, you know what I'm saying? Angie, his daughter. Like, he always talked about his children and how much he enjoyed being a father and how much he also loved his parents. You know, he was very close with his father and his mother, and he, you know, took care of them the best he could. Even his brother, I think he hasn't been mentioned enough in this whole process. We've seen his brother, like they're like twins.
Yeah.
And anything you knew about Irv, I feel like we all knew above music, above entertainment, was his family and his care for his family. So that was the first thing I thought about when I saw the news.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so Michael, everybody wants to know this. Why did Irv even pick you to tell the story first off?
Man, all I can say is it's God, you know, it's God. And I just made a post on Instagram with Irv explaining why and how he picked me. Let's just say, long story short, when I was going to NYU for grad school, I made an unauthorized documentary about Irv Gotti, his life. I was a rapper way back in the days. I'm not gonna spit no bars for the Shade Room tonight. I'm not gonna be doing that. But, you know, I grew up really inspired by Murder Inc. and that whole era, everything that he did. I mean, if it wasn't for him, we would be no DMX, would be no Ja, would be, you know, he helped Jay and Shanti. I mean, he was just such an influential figure. So in 2019, I made a documentary and just did it on my own and put it on YouTube. And it kind of went viral and made, let's say, maybe 6 months later after it came out, it's a crazy story behind this too, but he reaches out to me literally the day that I buried my mother. My mother passed away in March of 2019, and literally the day that I'm burying her, I go to see the movie Us. Y'all remember that movie, a Jordan Peele movie, Us? I went that night because I was so shattered and heartbroken about my mom. And I sit down and my entire Instagram was blowing up, and Irv made this post about me saying that, you know, whoever this Michael Payton guy is, find him because he did my doc and he did this doc, and I want to put him on to do the real doc. And that was just, you know, from that was 6 years ago almost, and we've been rocking ever since. He didn't know me, I didn't know him. Wow. I never did a TV documentary before, but he just believed in me the same way he believed in Jay, the same way he believed in Ja and X. He just has that kind of radical belief in people. And he put me in position, and I ended up directing it and producing it. And, you know, it was a tremendous honor to be able to tell his story and his family story as well. I mean, they're amazing. The Lorenzos are amazing.
Man, what was it like working with Irv? I always wanted to know. I always wanted a job working with Irv. I never got it. But tell me, what was it like?
He would have gave you a job. I promise you. You know, Irv is just, he's, you know, and I mean this with so much respect, but he would say he's crazy. Irv is crazy, like in a genius way. Like he didn't see barriers. He didn't see like, oh, I can't do this, or you can't. I mean, so many people were telling him like, you don't get this guy to do your doc. Like, why not get Hype? Why not get, you know, Benny Boom or somebody? He's like, no, this guy can do it. And, you know, he just has that kind of radical belief. And I've seen him work with his artists. I got a chance to see him and Ja working together, and him and other folks, his dynamic, and him working on his show Tales and all that. And he just really has this, like, there's no limit to his thinking. So if you have an idea, he's not going to shut you out. He's not going to tell you, you know, he might tell you you're crazy, but he'll let you try it. He's gonna let you try it. And it's just, it's the most freeing. You know, I think, and Jay says it when I interviewed him for the doc, he's like, Irv just had this way of bringing out the best in people. And he truly did. Like, you get in a room with Irv and you're going to bring out your very, very best.
That's dope, man. I want to know what's something during that process of, you know, of producing the documentary, what's something you learned during that process from Irv?
Oh man, I mean,
not even from him, just something you learned about him.
Yeah, that he is, you know, he was the sweetest guy, man. He's a straight, strong family man. Like I every memory, I've been going through this for the last day or so, just thinking about all the memories and everything I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about, you know, IG, the icon that we all, you know, came to know and love. I'm thinking about IG, the father. And we talk about Sonny, JJ, Angie. I mean, he loved those kids with all of his heart. Nene and Poppy, his mom and dad. I mean, Poppy, his father was his absolute hero. And that is if I could just say anything about Irv, is that family was number one. He brought me in and treated me like family. Any of his artists, or anybody that he worked with, he treated them like family, and it was real, So it's like he was a great producer and executive and genius mind, but he was an even better human being. And I know it sounds cliche and corny, but it's not. I tell you, he was an even better human being. I would be with Irv sometimes, and we would stop and, at the sidewalk, and there'd be somebody outside, homeless, whatever. He'll give them $500 out of his pocket, whatever. Like, he was just that kind of guy. He was really, really a great guy, man. And the world really lost an icon with Irv, man.
Yeah. He gives me the feeling of one of my best friends that passed away. But when we were at his funeral, everybody was standing up and saying, "That's my best friend. I'm such and such best friend." And I'm assuming this is going to happen at Irv's funeral because I said I've interviewed him, and every time you just feel like, yo, this is my homie. But it's really, you just met him. He's such a magnetic personality. Now, we have to ask, were you working on any other projects with Irv?
Yeah, so we're actually working on a documentary about his friend Supreme, who had a trial that they were kind of mixed up with the Murder Inc. trial, but Supreme ended up getting 8 life sentences, and there was a lot of really unfortunate things that happened in that case for Supreme that caused he's calling a violation to his constitutional rights. So Irv is executive producing that. Mike Tyson is executive producing that, and we were in the process of completing that and shopping that around to see what happens. Actually working on that when I got the news about Irv when his people called me. So we were still very much active and trying to work.
Yeah. I know you've been seeing the outpour of love from different celebrities after losing Irv. How has that felt for you?
It's heartwarming, man. I'm gonna be very, very honest and candid. I feel like when we were doing the documentary, there's some people who were hesitant because Irv was Irv, and Irv is he can be very bombastic, he can be very in your face, and I feel like maybe a lot of people felt like, I don't know, is this gonna be a good look for me or whatever? And a lot of people did it. A lot of people did do it for sure. But I love to see like this just unfettered, unfiltered love just pouring out for him, right? It's like, what, despite all of that, and one thing that everybody said when we were shooting this from everybody that we interviewed was like, yo, Irv is Irv, but Irv is he means well. He means well, and he'll give you the shirt off his back. He's a genius. And everyone was saying that thing, and I'm just really glad that he got to see that and feel that when he was here, because sometimes it's when it's too late, then people want to kind of sing your praises. But he got a chance to see that doc and be a part, and everyone who participated in said the same thing, from Jay-Z to Charlemagne to Nas. Everyone was like, this man is an unprecedented genius, right? And I think I know that he knows that we thought of him that way. So I'm heartened to see the love that's pouring out, and I just hope that that love continues forever, and I hope we really, really give this man the honor and the legacy that he really, truly deserves.
Absolutely. And I know being so close to him at this time and being able to tell his story, it had to affect you when you saw 50 Cent's post. I know a lot of people have been responding to that. Can you share some of your thoughts after seeing that?
I just want to take this time to really just honor Irv, right? I think it would be, for me, I'm too close to the situation for me to really be biased. I think you could probably figure what my thoughts are on that, right? But I just want to take this time to honor Irv. Like, I think this is those who loved him and appreciated him. Everyone is saying the right things and doing the right things and showing the love. I don't want to give no credence to no negativity, not in this month. Now, come back in about a week or so, and I'll come back, give you all the tea and all the tea.
Hey, I just got to make sure you get the tea on it. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to this, and maybe it's something that we didn't get a chance to see, because it seems like that Irv was a big brother to, he knew Ja when he was a kid, and Ashanti's a kid, and all that Lloyd kid, and he still remained sort of a big brother in their life. Is that right to say?
Oh, absolutely. Irv was, I mean, you could not talk to Irv for, I mean, like I said, it was people in the ink who hadn't talked to Irv in months or years or whatever. When they came around, we had a big kind of a reunion, if you will, for the end of the show. And it was like, I wasn't around, but I could tell it was like old days. They all were just like crowding around him and loving on him. And like I said, when he was still here, and that energy never went away. Even though he was the baby of the family, he's the baby of the Lorenzo family, but he's big brother to a lot of people. And that he kept that energy all the time. Everyone looked up to him. Everyone looked up. So for me, it felt like that. Even like you said, we met the first day we met. We were just kicking it tough, and you never would have thought. You would have thought we knew each other for 10 years the way we were kicking it. But, he had that energy, man. He had that energy.
Love it.
I looked up to him. I didn't even know him for real. I just went past. I looked up to him, so
Absolutely.
I know you felt it.
Man, we appreciate you so much for joining us. I know this is a tough time for you, so thank you for sharing your story with the Roomies. Thanks a lot.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep IG's name alive, and thank you, Shade Room, for all y'all do for the culture. Y'all appreciate it.
Wow.
All right.
I love that. I'm watching all the Irv Gotti documentaries. I'm going down a YouTube rabbit hole when I leave here.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
You've been listening to Murder Inc. Greatest Hits.
I got the compilation album.
Yes.
I actually bought the album, when it first came out. And yes, I've been listening to it. Physical sale. Shout out to the whole Murder Inc. Charlie Baltimore, Vita, the ones that don't get recognized all the time. But anyway, listen, Roomies.
Lloyd.
Can't forget Lloyd.
Can't forget Lloyd.
Lloyd,
my guy, man. Lloyd can sing his face off, man.
So please don't tell me who I am. Come on, Lloyd's here right now. He just got here. You was about to. I thought
please don't. Not that. No.
Don't do it.
No.
All right. Well, Roomies, I just want to keep you updated throughout the show. Of course, we are going to try and get Don Lemon back on next week. He is caught up on a flight, and so we are just praying for his safe travels, but he will try to get him back next week. Yes. And of course, we'll have more Shade Room headlines, debates, and trending topics next week.
And if it's a scoop or tip, something you want us to discuss, man, just hit us up. We'll do it.
Absolutely. Until next week, represent the culture with excellence. Woo, woo.
Woo, woo.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Irv Gotti.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't come from my clock, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100.